If you ever asked yourself, why did I have to be perfect just to be loved? Why was I never enough just being me? This is for you. When a parent can only offer love through conditions, it is not love, it is control. It teaches a child to abandon themselves. You learned early that love was not safe. Love was performance. Approval came when you succeeded. Affection came when you silenced your feelings. Attention came when you erased your needs. You learned that your worth depended on achievement, that your value depended on obedience. You were trained to walk on eggshells, to study every expression, to measure every word, to calculate every reaction, because survival depended on getting it right. You became a master of shape-shifting, hiding the parts of yourself that felt too real, too messy, too human. You traded authenticity for approval, joy for safety, truth for acceptance, because somewhere deep down, you believed love was something you had to earn. You tried harder. You pushed further. You smiled through the hurt. You told yourself, if I can just be perfect, maybe this time they will stay. Maybe this time they will choose me. Maybe this time they will love me. But every time you approached their standards, the goalposts moved again. What was acceptable yesterday was a disappointment today. What won praise one day triggered punishment the next. It was never about you. It was about their need for control, their fear of vulnerability, their own unhealed wounds. You were not too much. You were not too little. You were simply a child trying to survive an impossible task. One where love was conditional, where safety was unpredictable, where being yourself felt like a risk you could not afford. And when love becomes a transaction, it is no longer love. It is manipulation masked as affection. It is control disguised as care. And it leaves a wound that whispers, maybe if I were better, maybe if I were perfect, maybe then I would be enough. But here is the truth. You were always enough. Parenting was broken, not you. The parent you survived taught you to question your own reality. It taught you that your feelings were wrong, that your needs were selfish, that your truth was dangerous. You learned to hide yourself just to stay connected. You confused approval with affection, control with care, fear with love. You became fluent in survival, reading moods, predicting reactions, hiding pain. You believed, if I can just be better, if I can just be perfect, maybe then it will stop. But real love does not demand perfection. Real love does not punish authenticity. Love that disappears when you make a mistake was never love. It was fear. It was control. And fear cannot heal you. The abuse was built to keep you doubting yourself, blaming yourself, fixing yourself for wounds you did not create. You were taught that worth had to be earned, that acceptance was conditional. But none of that was ever true. Healing begins when you stop chasing approval, when you realize you were never the problem. You are not broken. You are not unworthy. You are a human being who was taught to survive. But survival is not your destiny. Healing is. Freedom is. And it starts the moment you stop asking how to be perfect and start asking how to be free. Healing begins when you stop trying to earn love, when you realize love was never supposed to be earned. Real love is not a prize you win. It is a space where you are safe to be exactly who you are. You do not have to be perfect to be worthy. You never did. You do not have to erase yourself to be accepted. You never did. You are not here to perform. You are not here to meet impossible standards. You are not here to carry the weight of their expectations. You are here to live as yourself, whole, imperfect, enough. Your feelings are valid. Your needs are real. Your memories are true. You are allowed to take up space. You are allowed to have boundaries. You are allowed to heal on your own terms. You were never broken. You were conditioned to believe that survival was the same as love, that shrinking yourself was the path to safety, that disappearing was the price of connection. But that was never love, and it never will be. Real love will not require you to abandon yourself. Real love will not disappear when you show your true self. Real love will not make you question your worth. You do not have to fight for real love. You do not have to bleed for real love. You do not have to become someone else to deserve real love. You are already deserving, already worthy, already enough, and the part of you that still doubts it, the part of you that still questions it, that part is not your weakness. It is the part of you that survived, the part that kept going, the part that dared to hope, the part that still believes healing is possible. You are not too broken to heal. You are not too late to begin. You are not too far gone to be free. You are already on your way. The moment you stopped asking how to be perfect and started remembering how to be yourself, you began the journey home, and you are closer than you think. Healing is not a straight line, but every step counts. If you are walking this path, comment below so we can walk it together.